Do you remember the first time you fired that bazooka? What you were shooting at?
I shot what I was looking at, but it didn't go off. What the hell did you do? The gunner, your loader, your assistant gunner. I said, did you pull the safety pin on that? Oh, no, I didn't. I know it didn't explode.
So you hit it, but it didn't
Yeah.
go. What was it that you were shooting at?
Shooting at a machine gun nest.
Oh, it would have been nice to hit one of those.
Yeah. And those guys put their pants because it went right into it. Of course, it didn't go off. So, it scared them good.
Yeah. Yeah. So how many rounds of the bazooka rounds did you have?
6.
And you shot those, and then you were a radio guy.
Yeah. Well, a little shortly after that, yeah, I went along because radio man got hit about that time too.
I've heard people say that cold at the Battle of the Bulge was just unholy. It was terrible.
It was near 0 centigrade. The guys say, oh my God, it was below 0 there. Well, it was centigrade, which is freezing. Now, it wasn't comfortable, don't get me wrong, because it was the worst winter that they'd had in that area for 20 years. And it could snow a foot overnight. And of course, you're up in the mountains. You had to dig in, and that's all shale in them mountains. And it was all, this is all farmed trees up there. The whole side, great big hill, maybe be half a mile long up the hill, all in a rows, trees, pines. Yeah.
Hernigan Forest, is that right?
No, that was a little farther north. We didn't get into that. They had enough problems of their own. They didn't need us. God, no, that took an awful lot of lives, that did.
So then you made it through that. What was that, a couple weeks?
No, that was...
The Battle of the Bulge?
No, that was... We went from the 17th of December till the 23rd of January and never slept inside a building.
Did you have cover? Did you have a tent, or were you just out in a...
Tents don't stop much shrapnel.
No. So you were in a hole?
We cut trees, dug holes in that damn shale. Oh, that'd drive you nuts. 3 guys couldn't dig a good foxhole in 2 hours. Because it's all that little shale rock and dirt. You hit that with your trenching tool and
jolt all up.
like trying to dig a hole in that cement floor. Yeah. And then you had to get trees cut down to put your cover over it. Oh, we had regular caves, you know.
Were you moving a lot? Did you have to
No,
do that
not a
over
lot,
and over again?
no. It was after the first year. That first 2 weeks or so, we didn't move much. I don't think we moved a half mile in the whole 2 weeks. We was in a holding position, or you're got a assignment here in this area. You don't let them Germans through that area, which always sounds good, but you get one of them big tanks that coming at you, throwing them 3-inch shells at you. You have a tendency to move a little.
Yeah, I bet you do. Those were the Panzers?
Yeah.
Those were the bad tanks.
The Tigers, they had that big Tiger tanks, was even worse.
Yeah.
The only good thing was that by about the time the Battle of the Bulge ended, they was beginning to run out of fuel. And of course, they used a pile of fuel on them big Tigers. And of course, they were setting ducks where you could slip up to them if you had a bazooka and you didn't hit the front of them. Now you don't use it shooting there. But you had to get a side view and you hit the boogie wheel, which is your idler. If you could break it, which a bazooka would, then the track runs off. And then he couldn't go. Once you got his wheels or his feet cut, well, he couldn't go.
He's still a pretty potent character.
Well, he's got a turret to go.
Yeah.
But if he's got fuel, if he don't have fuel, his engine stops, so then he don't have electricity. So he's a duck.
So that was a pretty long winter for you. Where did they take you when you were done with that?
Well, we went to about the 23rd of January. They pulled us back for some R&R. And we went into a little village of Popinster. And an old thread mill there on the river. And they said, well, here's where you're home for the next week. Well, we started pulling in there and laying the place, and looked like a good soft plot of cement to lay down on. And here come the people of Pepinster. 2 soldatens come. 3 soldatens come. And of course most of them didn't speak English, but they took us and we slept in their houses and beds while they slept in the basement because the buzz bombs were going over and they didn't sleep in their own beds anyway. You know, that was, we spent, the people I stayed with, I think there were 6 of us in GIs. And but they were up in their years when we were there.